My name is Jennifer Morton. I'm the Director of Marketing and Sales for the Association of Golf Merchandisers. For those of you unfamiliar with the AGM, we are a not-for-profit organization dedicated to strengthening the golf merchandising industry. In the simplest of terms, our goals are to enhance relationships, elevate retail, and educate always. I am so excited to welcome everyone to today's webinar, Easing into E-commerce. In today's ever-changing landscape, it is more important than ever for us to reach our customers where it is most convenient for them. COVID was good for golf, but many shoppers turned online to buy products. This increased move to digital shopping isn't going away. Shopping online offers many benefits. It gives shoppers access to a huge range of products. They can save time, shop for the best price, and they don't need to leave the comfort of their homes. But what are the benefits of an e-commerce site for you, the retailer? That's what we are going to discuss in today's seminar, brought to us by Ecommerce. And who is Ecommerce? Not only are they a silver AGM Premier vendor partner, Ecommerce helps golf courses and country clubs sell merchandise online without them having to invest in more inventory or do the behind-the-scenes work. Our conversation today is being led by Ben Venier. Ben is the founder at Ecommerce. Prior to entering the golf world, Ben built a career around nonprofit and public service work, all with an entrepreneur mindset. Ben worked for the mayor's office in Boston, was the chief of staff for Shaw Family Foundation, and has run programs for many nonprofits. Throughout all of these roles, there were always side hustles, one of which led to the creation of Ecommerce. A lifelong golfer, Ben started to learn the business of golf at an early age, while working for his local muni through high school, doing everything from parking carts to running tournaments. Ben founded Ecommerce to help golf courses sell online and find new and creative ways to bring in revenue. I have personally been so impressed by everything Ecommerce offers, and I think it is a tremendous value and opportunity for our membership. But first, I think we need to learn why it is so critical to have an online presence in today's environment. Ben, the floor is yours.
Perfect, Jennifer, thank you so much. And thanks to AGM for putting this together and for having us. I'd also like to thank all of you guys for taking the time to join us. I know everyone has busy days, so we'll try and be prompt with our presentation today. But we're really excited to share some lessons that we have learned regarding Ecommerce, as well as telling you all more about Ecommerce and how we can help you sell online without adding any additional work to your or your team's plates. As for the agenda, first we want to set the stage of how Ecommerce has become a dominant force, and even more so since COVID. That being said, you can't ignore the challenges involved with Ecommerce, and we'll hit on those as well, and some best practices involved. From there, we'll dive specifically into our platform, Ecommerce, and go over how we make e-commerce easy, and some of the tools we've built to help make your shop succeed. And finally, we'll make sure to open it up for some Q&A at the end, which Jennifer will lead. So let's start with Ecommerce. I'm sure everyone here has purchased products online, probably a lot of products, and you are definitely not alone. While e-commerce was already on the rise, the pandemic fueled an even greater increase in online sales. Many of you probably had to close your physical shop for at least some time and understand the challenges that came with that. When we look specifically at the golf industry, over $4 billion is spent every single year on apparel. If you combine that huge market with the power of e-commerce, huge possibilities are opened up. That being said, what we've learned through our partners at AGM is that most courses and clubs are not currently selling online. Your customers read online, they book tea times online, they order food online, and they should also be able to shop your club's merchandise online. When you look at just the holidays alone, you can start to see how much opportunity there is with e-commerce. From 2019 to 2021, online shopping during the holidays was up 50%. And again, that trend is only increasing every single year. Many golf shops and club shops aren't open during the holidays, or there may be staff down, members and golfers are away, etc. However, all of those customers still want to be able to purchase branded gear, and we want to help make sure that you're able to provide that for them. Let's go back to that stat that says 78% of AGM courses were not currently selling online. Well, it may seem like a high number. We're actually not that surprised. And the reason for that is because e-commerce is hard, especially when you and your teams are already wearing 100 different hats. That being said, there are DIY tools that you can take advantage of, Shopify, Wix, things like that, to build your own successful online store. But that being said, in order for it to be successful, you need to dedicate a lot of staff time to building the shop, adding products, fulfilling orders, dealing with customer service, and more. It can quickly become incredibly cumbersome. In addition, it further complicates inventory purchasing and forecasting decisions. How many colors do you offer? What sizes? Do you experiment with different logos, brands, etc.? All of the decisions you're already having to grapple with your on-course inventory is even further when you take into account online and the different preferences that people might have. But again, even though it's hard, the DIY approach can work, and we want to share with you some of the best practices that we've learned in our time building e-commerce. First, it's really important to assign a point person to manage the store so that things don't get lost. Online selling can move really fast, and if you have many different people handling different aspects of it, things can get lost. In addition, the presentation of your store and your customer experience really matters. You want to make sure to feature your products using clear and clean product photos. And there's many different apps that you can use to help with that. You don't need to be a professional photographer. An iPhone camera works just great, but you do want to take your time and make sure that you're taking really good product photos. You also want to constantly be available to answer customer service questions via live chat and/or phone calls and emails. Customers understandably get distracted, and not responding promptly can mean a lot of lost sales. The same goes for fulfilling orders. When an order is received, it should go out ASAP, and further, the customer should get an alert and tracking info when it does. Inventory is also crucial. The last thing that you want is your customers to come to your beautiful online store, make a purchase, but end up being a product that you actually no longer have in stock. And finally, package presentation matters. When a customer receives their products that they ordered from your online store, they should be really excited to open it, and even more excited when they see what's inside. So make sure that everything's folded and bagged nicely. A nice touch can be custom logoed packaging or throwing stickers or little teas inside as well. Anything to make the customer really excited when they receive their order. We utilize those strategies and more at Ecommerce. And we recognize that e-commerce is challenging, and we built our solution with that in mind. We exist to make it easy for your club or your course to sell online. And when we build your store and integrate it with your existing website, you aren't sending your members to a separate company or a third-party service. You're sending them to your online shop with us functioning as your online shop staff. One of the best parts of working with us is the fact that you don't need to add any additional inventory. We print, embroider, and fulfill all orders on demand in-house in our own manufacturing facility, which allows you to sell even more options without the extra inventory risk. And all of this is done without you having to do any additional work. With those tools, we help you bring in revenue from a new source while also adding an amenity that your members, golfers, and customers will love and pretty soon start to expect. Our on-demand manufacturing also allows you to test and experiment with different brands, products, logos, and more. We provide you with the data from your online store, which then can also be used to help inform your on-course purchasing. When clubs and courses work with us, the first step is building the actual storefront where customers will go to shop. And there is no rinse and repeat, and very much Ecommerce is in the background, but we customize the storefront to match your brand and the look and feel of your existing online infrastructure. We want someone to land on your online store and feel like it's an extension of your course and your club. So the best way to kind of learn more about our service and highlight some of the features is to actually show you some live stores and what some of those features are. So let me just change the screen that we're showing here. Jennifer, can you confirm if that switched over? It did, great, perfect. So here we see one of our partner clubs online stores. And what I want to highlight are some of the different product types available in the online stores. The first that we're seeing here is one of our embroidered and printed on-demand products. So this is what I was referencing to earlier, where you don't need any additional inventory and you can choose products from our on-demand catalog and feature them. And further, you'll see here there's different logo options. And when I change the logo, I actually see the image change in real time. When I change the color, I again see it change in real time. And if these were color synced logos, meaning that the thread colors were tied to the color of the product, you would see those change in real time as well. And this is something we built early because we realized it was important for your customers to see exactly what they were going to get, even though all these different variations of products aren't pre-made sitting on a shelf somewhere, right? When an order comes in for this white quarter zip with this specific logo, we're embroidering that logo in the moment and drop shipping it to the customer, all on the club's behalf. And you'll see further that the customers are able to shop a wide variety of brands, products, price points, etc. They can filter, they can search by product type so that they can find exactly what they're looking for, while also browsing for things they might not have known they were looking for. The second type of product I want to highlight are course products, meaning products from the club or the course's existing inventory that they sell themselves. So similar to some of the best practices I mentioned in the DIY approach, we have all of those functions built into our existing platform. So here's some examples. So these products exist currently in the On-Course Pro Shop shelves, and they wanted to sell them online as well. And so using our app, you're able to take a picture of the product. It automatically removes the backgrounds, so it's a nice, clean product photo. You can collect information, add a description, etc. And then when somebody orders one of these products, you not only get an alert with a packing slip of what the customer ordered, but you also get a prepaid shipping label. So all you have to do is print out that label, put the product in the package, and drop it off at the post office or have FedEx come pick it up, etc. And so even though we can't be there with you to do all of these steps, we try and make it as easy as possible if you choose to sell your own products. And again, that's completely optional to do this component of the platform, but it is a feature that is included. Another type of product that we sell are digital products such as gift cards. We've got a pretty cool gift card program that allows customers to buy e-gift cards or physical gift cards, depending on what you want to offer, at all different values. And in addition, there's an option for them to automatically gift the gift card to someone else. So they're automatically receiving it. They don't need to forward an email or anything like that. And it also makes it really easy on your back end to manage that process. No longer will you have to physically create each gift card, put it in the mail, etc. In addition to the different types of products in the store, another important feature to highlight is the checkout. So just like kind of most of the online experiences that you probably have experienced yourself, we of course offer credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Facebook Pay, all of those types of payment options. And again, because this is your online store, you're able to limit which type of payment options exist. One additional feature that we have is the ability for members, if you're a private club and have member billing, to pay with their member account. And so as you'll see here, all you have to do is enter your member number. Assuming that's a real member number, you would press charge member account. And if it matches, boom, it would then let you continue your order and then provide this order total to be charged to your member account. Again, any step that you can make to make it easier for your customer or member to make a purchase is only going to help you increase sales. And so utilizing member charge is one way to do that, meaning customers won't have to take out a credit card, find their CVC code, etc. The last thing that I want to highlight from our system exists in our backend, like the backend portal where you're able to go to track orders, etc. And what I want to highlight is our product catalog. So just like with everything in our online stores, you're able to fully customize which products are sold. It's never one size fits all. So you're able to go through, see the different products, sizes, colors, etc., and simply check on or off a product if you want that product or brand sold in your online store. So again, this is your online store with us as your shop staff, meaning that it's fully customized to match the experience you want your members, golfers, and customers to have. Now bear with me, I'm just going to switch back over to the deck. All right. So next I want to talk about marketing. Now that you've seen some of the shops in action, you understand it a bit, you can see that you can build a really beautiful, well-stocked store, but if your customers don't know about it and you aren't respectfully reminding them of it, it really won't matter. Customers need to come to the store in order for you to be able to maximize it. You probably receive multiple emails a week pushing products from some of your favorite brands. And while that works for them, it won't necessarily be appropriate in a club/course setting. Instead, we help you find creative ways to market your shop, such as adding graphics to existing emails, putting up simple physical sample displays with QR codes. For example, you could have a display in the pro shop, you could have a portable display that you roll out to the first tee, or even at the pool, you could have a display and try and engage the non-golfing members of the community. In addition, with our on-demand product catalog, we can help you launch limited edition collections and drops, whether that's special edition logos or products that are only available for a limited time. And those promotions give people new reasons to continue to check out your store. Another marketing tool that actually doubles as a functional tool that we've built is an event registration system. So your customers and members can register and, if relevant, pay for events at the club or course all through your online store. You're able to collect all the relevant information you need for that event, and you're able to use it as an opportunity to upsell those customers. For example, if someone is registering for an outdoor movie night that you may be hosting, you can do that registration through the online store, even if it's free. And then you can offer maybe a printed blanket as an add-on. Or if people are signing up for a weekend golf clinic, you can provide a special discount just for those customers. And for both of these situations and more, what's really nice is that customers can add those additional items if they want, as well as other products from your shop, but still only have to go through one simple checkout experience. And the last feature I want to highlight before we turn it over to questions is our built-in tournament and tee gifts portals. So built on top of your online store, we're able to add basically an unlimited amount of these portals for you, which give your golfers or your customers a high-end, easy to manage gifting experience, while again, offering them the opportunity to add additional products to their cart if they so choose. All right, so it was a lot of information. And again, we wanted to be cognizant of time. So we wanted to highlight those features, but of course, there's many other features which we would love to highlight and can do so on individual demos, which could be scheduled by emailing me directly, or in addition, Jeff from our team put the link in the chat as well, where you can choose a time that works best for you. But that covers it for the built-in presentation. And Jennifer, I know we wanted to do some Q&A, so I'll turn it back over to you to facilitate that.
Hi. Okay, I have a question from Hannah. She wants to know, how much does this all cost and how does the partnership work?
Yeah, great question. So there's a range of different plans, depending on kind of the custom features that a course might need. But generally, it ranges anywhere from $100 to $150 a month, and courses get between 20 and 25% commissions on all on-demand products sold. That being said, again, we always do kind of a custom plan based off your course's specific needs and wants. And so we can better kind of give a more detailed answer once we have that initial conversation.
And then I have another question. Can the platform sync with a warehouse inventory and ordering system housing club merchandise?
That's a really good question. And the answer is it depends. So we are always excited to integrate with new POS and website platforms. And it just depends on their capabilities as well. So we are able to sync inventory with certain backend POS systems and inventory tracking tools, but we can't say yes across the board just because it depends which specific software you use and where in their pipeline they might be in allowing us to integrate with them. And just one other piece to add there, we do have the ability to manage that inventory in our system as well. So for example, if there's 3 red shirts and somebody buys one, it would automatically drop that number down to 2. But then the ability to speak back to the other platform, again, is dependent on that company and if we're able to integrate with them.
How many vendors are currently on your system?
We're at about 60 different brands or so across all different product types. And we continue to add more every month. We want to be able to have a product catalog basically as broad and wide as we can, knowing that each course and club knows kind of what's best for their own clientele. And then within our product catalog, they can go in and curate whatever setup they think would be best.
I have a follow-up question on that, which is so if you're carrying a brand in your shop that you also have on your platform, would you recommend not having that particular brand shown on Ecommerce because of the profit margin difference there?
Yeah, great question. And of course, we want to make sure shops are churning through their on-course inventory as well. So yeah, you absolutely want to complement that. You definitely wouldn't want to have the same product featured in both places. Or if you did, you'd maybe want to feature the on-course product using our tool to add that directly. But what you can do is feature some of the more core products. So for example, a lot of times shops, when they're adding inventory to the on-course displays, it's more of the seasonal products, where online you could complement that with some of the solid colors, the stripes, etc., that are always in stock for that brand. Or in some instances, you could choose not to feature that brand and feature some other ones that you don't carry online. And what we do as part of our onboarding process is we spend time with you to kind of understand your on-course shop, how you kind of structure things. And from there, we can help come up with a solid game plan. And what's nice is it can change at any time. So you're able to go into that back end and enable or disable products in real time, kind of as you see fit. So if you sold out of that specific brand on course and then you wanted to start selling it online, it's very easy for you to be able to do that.
Sounds good. I have tons of questions coming in, by the way.
Great.
Yeah, it's good stuff. What are some clubs that are currently doing this? Who are some of the can you do some name drops for us?
Yeah, we're happy to name drop. And I'll also say we work with all different kinds of clubs, from high-end private country clubs to destination resorts to your local muni, and all can do well with different strategies involved for each of those. And so some examples could be, and I showed you some in real time, so I can talk about some of those, but Army Navy Club in the DC area is a private club example. True North is a destination resort club example in Arizona. Granite Links is a public course in the Boston area that's really popular. And then we kind of have everything in between as well. And on any kind of demo and follow-up, we're happy to share references and other examples of partners who we work with.
Now you mentioned embroidery. How long is your embroidery taking?
5 to 7 days. So that's a great question. It's something I didn't hit on earlier. For all of the on-demand orders, we ship them out within 5 to 7 days to the customer, which especially in today's day and age is pretty competitive. And that includes the actual embroidery of the product, the printing of the product, whatever it might be. It also includes some cut and sew, sublimated custom head covers, glassware, things like that as well, but 5 to 7 days.
Beautiful. How's the sales tax handled?
Sorry, I didn't catch that one.
How's the state sales tax being handled?
Oh yeah, great question. So another nice feature about Ecommerce is we take care of all of that for you. So we're collecting, when relevant, sales tax from the customer and remitting it to the appropriate state. And the reason for that is e-commerce sales tax is very different from your on-core sales tax management. And that's because online sales are based on the shipping address of the order. So you might be, even though it might be a local member, but they're shipping something to someone in another state, the sales tax of that other state matters. And further, each state has different online rules and something called nexuses for sales tax. So because of how complicated it all is, we just take care of that for you. And the same goes for your products being sold online. And there's some nuance to this. We've structured it different ways depending on accounting practices at a course or club. But generally what we do if you're selling your own products is we actually become the purchaser and we give you our resale license, which you're able to use for your taxes and accounting purposes, excuse me. And so then we're actually buying that product from you and reselling it to the customer, meaning we are the ones then responsible for collecting and remitting the sales tax and taking that burden off you for those specific products.
On that, and what about shipping fees?
Yep. So there's a few different ways to structure that. One is to just include the shipping fees in the price of the product. And so the customer gets to checkout and doesn't see an additional line item for shipping. But at the end of the day, the customer is still paying for that. Or we can have it be a separate line item and we have flat rate shipping based on the number of products in an order. So I think it starts at like one product is $6. And the max it goes up to, I believe, is 15 for 4+ items.
Okay. I have a customer. So I know at the end of this, when I send out the video at the end, will you also be sending me your slide deck to include? Are you able to maybe also send me either a link or include a list of the 60 brands that you are currently offering? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we have a product catalog I can send, and then a list as well as not all products. We have access to a much bigger catalog than we kind of have in our curated selection, but can turn any of those on at any time. So I could send those both for sure.
Okay, that would be great. How long does it take to get a shop set up typically? Like from the moment someone maybe starts talking with you guys to, the whole onboarding thing to get it done? What sort of timeline are we talking?
Yeah, so typically from like when a service agreement is signed, about 3 weeks. And again, it depends a little bit nuance on how much customization is requested, about how many, if we're doing logo designs. And that's one thing I didn't mention either, is included in our monthly service fee is access to our design team. So you basically have access to an unlimited amount of custom logos if you want, for a new member only logo or a special event logo. And because all of our on-demand products are on demand, it allows you to kind of experiment with those in a different way. But that also just can play into how long it takes. But generally we're about 3 weeks.
Awesome. Can clubs pick and choose the vendors that they want offered? Like if they are exclusive to one vendor, can competition be eliminated?
Absolutely. Yep. They have full access to our catalog. And from there, could choose to sell 2 products or 200 products, whatever is best for them. And in addition, because I know different courses and clubs have different requirements, we are also able to put a gate on your online store so that if you don't want everyone to be able to access it, it can be just members, it can be through a special link. There's a lot of different ways we're kind of able to protect that if that's something important to a course.
I know we didn't talk a lot about pricing, but is there couponing or that type of specials type of thing that can be offered or not offered?
Yeah, so generally we have a default price for our products, which is pretty similar to a standard retail price, right? So probably similar to, I guess, all shops price differently, but wholesale times 2 plus a few dollars for decoration is generally our formula. That being said, the shop has the ability to increase the price as much as they want. Obviously, going too high can present its own problems. They can also decrease it. However, that would pull from their commission. So but if they want to extend a member discount or be in line with their existing on-course pricing, they're able to do that as well. And then, yes, we can add discount codes, all different kinds, percentages, dollar amounts, free shipping, etc. But again, that would just pull from the commission if that was something courses wanted to do.
And then how much time as a merchandiser or buyer does one need to realistically dedicate towards managing the online?
Yeah, so I mean, working with Ecommerce, that's one of the nice components, is that really the onboarding time we say generally is maybe a cumulative about 2 hours of a person's time, and that includes the onboarding calls, reviewing the catalog, reviewing draft stores, etc. So that's spread out over those 3 weeks. I mean, depending on how hands-off you want to be, it can be a half hour of your time. And then from there, really, I'd say an hour a month is all, and that's really to let us help you market the online store. And again, it depends a little bit on your tools. For some courses, we're able to add a graphic widget, not to get too technical, into your email templates. So every month it automatically will include that in your newsletters and your tea time confirmations, but we can kind of override the products or the features that it's displaying. And we can also weekly and or monthly send you pre-populated custom graphics sized appropriately for emails, for Instagram, for Facebook, etc. So I'd say generally an hour is what we'd see a month, just to be successful and be utilizing those different tools. But there's obviously more time that could be dedicated to further promote online sales. And then if less was needed, that's okay. It can still do well, just would be limited in how it's marketed.
This question, I have same commission on all sales, even if from shop.
I understand that, because we get a lot. No, is the answer. So the on-demand products have the same commission, all based off the retail price. For course products, meaning if you took pictures of your own products and sold them online, you get 95% of those. So all we take is a 5% cut from those products. And then in addition, for events and gift cards, we don't take any cut. Those are more just added on features, and we see them as marketing tools as well.
How do you handle returns? Stuff that's maybe logoed and then sold and then it's the wrong size or something?
Yep, great question. We offer free returns. Although the way we kind of phrase our return policy is that it says it a lot more eloquently than I will say it, but basically we want to get across to, like, we're not Amazon, and in order to provide the best service and multiple options, we ask you to reach out if you have questions about sizes, and our team's happy to help. That being said, if you order something, it doesn't fit, you don't like it, we do accept kind of question-free free returns. What we try and limit, because it would change our ability to offer free returns, is someone ordering like 3 different sizes, planning to return 2. And then with returns, what we're able to do is either have like a clearance section of the online store that features those specific products, Or some clubs are interested in purchasing them at a wholesale price and selling them, on their existing, or like an even discounted wholesale price and selling them on their existing sale racks. So a few different options, but that's definitely not required to do that.
Okay. I found your statistic about over the 50% jump in online shopping over the last 2 years to be pretty eye-opening. And obviously, or at least in my opinion, that figure is just going to continue to rise. What would be next steps for anyone on this call that's interested in getting more information?
Yeah. So a couple different options. Anyone can feel free to email me directly, ben@tcommerceco.com, and we can throw that in the chat as well. In addition, there's a link to our demo page where you're able to directly schedule a demo. You can choose a time that works from you from a calendar view with Jeff from our team. And I'm also happy to put my cell phone in after this as well, if people prefer an old school phone call.
Awesome. This has been exceptionally informative. Thank you so much for doing this call. If there are no additional questions, and there was a lot of conversation that was generated today. I love it.
Great.
Thank you for being part of this conversation with us.
Yeah, no, really appreciate you, Jennifer, and everyone who joined, and are just happy to be part of the AGM community.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I look forward to getting this slide deck from you later today, and I will get this video processed and out to everyone who joined us. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day, everyone.